From RedZone Weather, this is a severe weather update.
Snow on the way for parts of West Alabama. Travel impacts possible Tuesday morning across the western part of our region. Good Monday evening to you. I'm meteorologist Spinks Megginson. Glad you're with us. We want to start with the road conditions forecast because we've had several questions and concerns today about folks traveling across our region, particularly up to the north into parts of central Alabama. And for our local area, it looks like the travel impacts are going to be limited over here into Washington, Clark, Monroe, and Wilcox counties, with the more intense driving conditions being in Choctaw County and points up to the north. And so if you have travel plans over the next 24 hours, if you're in West Alabama, there certainly could be some issues. But the good news is for much of our area, because this is just going to be a rain event setting up for Tuesday morning, most of us will not have anything in the way of travel issues. But again, if you are in Washington, Clark, Monroe, even the northwestern parts of Butler and Lowndes counties in central Alabama, maybe some slick spots, especially on elevated surfaces like bridges. So keep that in mind. US 84, US Highway 43, State Highway 17, Alabama Highway 21, and State Highway 10. Those are all of the corridors that could be affected, with a few slick spots on your Tuesday into Wednesday, depending on if we get some sunshine and temperatures. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Let's talk about the snow accumulation forecast, because that's why many of you are here this evening. And this has not changed that much at all. Vast majority of us across South Alabama and Northwest Florida going to have perhaps flurries, but most of us going to have rain. In terms of the population centers, Mobile, the Eastern Shore, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Pensacola, Destin, it's all going to be rain down here near the Alabama and Northwest Florida beaches. As you go inland, flurries possible in this lighter shade of purple, with accumulation being unlikely near the I-65 corridor from Greenville and Georgiana back down to areas near Mobile and Saraland, Satsuma, areas near Citronelle, Bruton, Atmore, Philomaton, Porch, even areas like Uri. It's probably going to be flurries with very little in the way of real impacts. But once you go a little bit farther inland and north into places like Monroeville, Beatrice, over to Grove Hill, areas near Chatham and Milry, those are the areas that could have upwards of a ½ inch of snow. Even farther north, maybe upwards of an inch of snow for places like Thomasville, Campbell, back over to Gilbertown, Silas, Toxey, Butler, and Camden. In our local area, those are going to be your communities that have the greatest snow potential on Tuesday morning. So here's your day planner. The good news is precip likely going to kick out to the east in the middle of the day. In fact, there could be a few rays of sunshine in the mix by about 4 or 5 o'clock at the end of the day, and you see temperatures aren't going anywhere tomorrow. We'll be in the 40s by midday. Most of us going to be in the upper 30s, but again, lower temperatures the farther west you go in Alabama. Lots of rain, but maybe some snow for our inland communities. Our forecast really hasn't changed that much. And again, we do have a winter weather advisory that does continue for all parts of Washington, Clark, Monroe, Wilcox, Marengo counties, points north, and also points east over in Alabama. And then a winter storm warning is in effect for Choctaw County. That would be Gilbertown, Needham, Pennington, Toxey, and also Silas under a winter storm warning. And that extends up here into the north and central part of Alabama as well. And so Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Aniana, Jasper, Decatur, Huntsville, the Shoals, Russellville, back over to Fort Payne, back down to Center and Anniston. All of those areas under a winter storm warning, and that's where your heavier snow bands will happen. In fact, there's the projected snow totals from the Weather Prediction Center. This is not rain, this is only the snow totals, and you can see exactly why we have this winter storm warning in place. We're talking upwards of 1 to 2 inches of snow in areas here that you see in this lighter shade of blue, purple, and reds in through here. In fact, near the I-59-20 corridor, right in through here, between Birmingham back down to York and Livingston, that's going to be the area that has likely the greatest snow potential in Alabama shaping up for the early morning hours of Tuesday. Keep in mind, the snow in this area will happen a lot earlier in the morning than the snow that will happen down here in southwest Alabama where we are. And again, the road conditions going to be acceptable for the most part for much of us. In fact, if you're in Crenshaw or Covington counties, southeast Alabama, northwest Florida, A-OK. You should not have any issues based on the current trends. If that changes, of course, tomorrow morning, we'll let you know, but I'm not expecting big changes at this point. Again, a few slick spots on the road possible here in West Alabama. Again, we called out some of the roads earlier. State Highway 17, U.S. Highway 43, U.S. Highway 84, State Highway 10 are a few of the major thoroughfares in through here. And so if you know that you're going to be on one of those roads in West Alabama tomorrow, take it easy and please know that there could be icing issues, especially on the bridges in that area. Once you get up here into Marengo and Choctaw counties, even more issues possible, snow-covered roads and things like that. Now, let's look at a few of the models. This is off the high-resolution rapid refresh model, and you can see that the HER model is suggesting that, again, like we've been talking about over the past few days, snow will be possible on the back edge of this band of precipitation. Here's North Alabama. You see the timestamp here is 5:30. And so if this is right, you've got a big snow band here along the I-5920 corridor with perhaps some sleet happening back here in Choctaw County. We'll advance this forward just a bit. Again, it's going to be rain overnight into the early morning hours before we have a transition to snow back here over West Alabama, probably around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So again, that's going to be the core time frame, basically from 6 a.m. to noon of when we could have some snow here, mainly to the west of the I-65 corridor in the northern parts of Monroe, Clark, and Washington counties, extending over here into Butler County later in the morning. Again, for the rest of us, for coastal counties, Escambia County, Alabama, and Covington, even Conecuh County, it's going to be mostly rain. West of 65 is where we have the greatest chance of snow on Tuesday morning. Let's get in there and look at it frame by frame. Again, no doubt about it, rain showers likely, especially across the western half of our region around 4 a.m. Here's 6 a.m. with rain being likely, but you see here's your rain snow line in West Alabama moving to the east. By 7 a.m., this would be potentially moderate snow falling across the areas we've been talking about in West Alabama. There's 8 o'clock. And this model, this is the 3-kilometer NAM, North American model, is a little bit faster in the progression of the rain snow line here, pushing off to the east. There's 9 a.m., and you see the back edge of this precip is rapidly moving to the east. Snow will not last very long where it does fall in our region across the northern parts of these counties. By the way, temperatures at 9 o'clock in the morning going to be quite cold with that Arctic air plowing in behind the cold front. Will be in the 30s. I do think that there will be some rise in temperatures throughout the day, but it's going to be a very cold night tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. By 11 o'clock, most of the precip is gone. Maybe some lingering rain showers here across south central Alabama and also northwest Florida, but snow at that point likely would be long gone. And again, maybe temperatures will recover up to around 40 degrees. That's not very much, but again, if we can get some sunshine in the mix in the afternoon hours, I do think that will help limit the black ice and the ice on roads. So that certainly would be some good news. Again, one final look at the forecast this evening. Greatest snow amounts going to happen here in West Alabama. Flurry is going to be the story for most with no accumulation expected, and it's going to be rain for our folks in northwest Florida and coastal Alabama, especially south of I-10, where warm air will be in place. If you're traveling, especially over West Alabama, please be aware not only that there could be slick spots on the roads, but bridge icing will be a concern. And certainly if you're traveling into central Alabama over the next 24 hours, places like Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, areas near Clanton, Anniston, Gadsden, Huntsville, all those areas have a significant risk of snow. Winter storm warnings in effect to our north. We'll keep you posted about the latest in the RedZone weather app over the next few hours, and then our coverage will kick off at 6 a.m. on your Tuesday. Be sure to send us your weather pics. If you have snow at your location, snap us a pic and send it in via the RedZone weather app or here on Facebook as well. Hope you have a good evening. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching our coverage over the last few days.